pull up actual things that people said. Maybe you said it and you forget it, but it's recorded, it's there, and they can go find it. I'm like, boy, oh boy.
I was able to see that firsthand during the last election, the 2022 election, where persons brought videos and the like from the past. It was something, and it shows you have to be very careful in what you say.
What you say and what you do, because even to bring up America, you see how they bring, like, let's say a certain president smoked when he was 14. All of that comes in the campaign, and I'm like, but he was 14. He's an adult now. What's all of this? And that's just an example. Like, why does it even matter? But as you said, watch what we say, watch what we do. And now with phones being prevalent and things being recorded, we have to be mighty careful.
That's why even when statements are made, I try to say, especially to clarify certain things that I'm saying. I'm not being overly cautious. I'm just being very careful.
Yeah, because it can be used against you in the future.
Yeah, you realize that certain things you might say, someone might take it differently to what your intended message ought to be or was. You understand? So you have to be very careful, because you as the communicator have to communicate in a way that you want your message to hit how it ought to hit.
But how careful can we be? Because with technology, as that people can cut and paste and make our words construed and make people think that we're saying something different, as you said, to what you're trying to convey.
That is truthful, right? Because I break it down in the dialect because you understand. I remember, and just to say, I remember when I made a comment as chairman of the party, Pam, indicating, talking about the interschool. And the interschool, what I was saying was the fact that, that there would be pressure on the organizers because of the late notice, because, the Kim Collins Stadium had not been ready as everyone thought it would have been at the time, and no communication was given in advance to say clearly that the King Collins stadium would not be used to the capacity that it was used before. Of course, they had the games, a couple games, but not the whole thing. And a statement that I said was cut and focused on to make people believe that I had something against the games being held in Nevis. And I had no, that was not even the essence of the message. You understand? I have no issue with the games being held in Nevis. In fact, I thought that had more time be given, it would have been a golden opportunity to, have the sharing and persons involved and, the things happening in such a seamless manner. You understand? And they just cut the little piece of sentence, Kortensia, and they had it over and over. And I said, wow, you really have to be careful.
Yep.
You understand? And so when you said that, it came to my mind first.
8:55. Let's take this call. Caller, go right ahead.
Yes.
Good morning, John, sir. Good morning,
Hey, what's up?
Azard, and good
Hey,
morning,
what's up?
Kortensia.
Good morning.
Keep it brief because we're getting a lot of calls. Go ahead.
It is good when the legal minds are in the house.
Yes.
I see you explain what the RICO acronym are. Or are. And what about the mandamus? But before you go into the mandamus, which was filed recently in our High Court.
Yes.
This is a perfect example of how the divide and rule theory applied to us. In 2022, when the Timothy administration and minority government lost its mandate to govern, there was a foreign investor who did not fit the criteria for investment because of whatever his background was, and he made some egregious comments about Dr. Timothy Harris. Like, I'm paraphrasing. One need to tie him up and drag him in the streets of Bastille, so to speak. And unanimously, petitions and divisions said, come down now, come. You come and try that. We don't find it in our spheres like now. Here is it, our national bank and other assets of the country, the people's assets, is at stake, and we are so divided. We are not unanimous to say, well, this little Sinkiton Nevis that our foreparents has managed to mold and shape and pass the baton on to us. We are the keepers of these two little islands, and there's nowhere, no foreign entity could come here and get that work on us. We are not unanimous when it comes to that. We are all over the place. And it's only time going to tell. If we're going to be taking rafts and boats and going to Haiti and all of those other countries where their nationals are coming here. It's the only time we will tell.
Oh boy.
I say no more. Thanks for listening.
Okay,
You're
so
welcome.
when you're
Thank you,
talking
Joe.
about mandamus, a mandamus is an order. So it's when persons asking the court to make a specific order. And as you say, mandamus, it's a mandatory order. You understand? A mandatory order. And in this matter, what is being done is basically they are asking for the court to make it mandatory that there'll be some sort of cancelling
let's
of
squeeze
all
in.
the certificates and citizenship granted to the main applicants.
Let's squeeze in this call before 9, before Farm
Okay,
Report.
then.
Caller, go ahead. Hello, caller. Hey.
Morning.
Hey, morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, I have been following this saga from the time this man filed these thing in the courts, right?
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you all something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you're all aware of it. This thing was only to target one single person. One single person, and that was Dr. Harris. You know when you throw out a fish to catch jacks, you throw out a net to catch jacks, and eventually you catch 5, 6, 7, 8 different fish. That is what's playing out here. This whole matter was to target Dr. Timothy Harris alone. And you have people in St. Kitts is behind that. I'll say no more. Have a wonderful day.
Okay. Thank you so much, caller.
And on that note, we go get ready for
Farm reports. And after Farm Report, we have Flow. And after Flow, what we have? After Farm Report, we have 2 interviews and, you know, possible giveaways as well when we talk about the St. Kitts Music Festival.
So you got to stay tuned, because if you don't stay tuned, you're going to miss your chance
Yes,
to win
there's
something.
always going to be a pack hour, guys. Jam's already thinking about what he has to win. What he could win.
We
I just
can't win a thing, right? It's sad that we can't win a thing.
That would be unethical.
Yes.
Oh,
you have to keep an eye on him, you know.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
I have to bring him before the court, you know.
Oh, gosh. Oh, Lord help.
Okay, come on.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
For all your animal needs, try the Feed and Farm Store SKN. We have the best quality products in feed, dewormers, grooming supplies, toys, treats, and minor medical supplies. Drop by the store on the Kim Collins Highway at the airport roundabout. We're open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Give us a call at 669-FARM.
Well, it's time for Farm Report.
So we're back on Farm Report. We're back for another lively discussion. Farm Report. We're here in the studio, and we have, we have 2 gentlemen, and they are farmers, And I don't think they need an introduction by now because they are really known. We have this program week by week by week, talking about farming, talking about agriculture, talking about the concerns of the consortium. And so, gentlemen, tell us today the topic at hand, what we're going to be discussing as relates to national importance relating to agriculture, farming, and the like.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Another Wednesday, another farm report.
Yes.
In farming, though there'll be dull moment, I still could say there's never a dull moment in farming. There's always something happening, right?
Yes.
There's always something happening. So I'm here with the Vice President of the Consortium, who need no introduction, but he will introduce himself. He's big enough. So,
Yes.
so today, I just would like to shed light on some people who helping the farmers along the way.
Okay.
Right.
Recognition is important.
Yes.
Yes.
So, I like to speak about. Though you hear people must say things about them that is not so favorable. I like to give them thanks for the support. I speaking about the Chinese supermarkets around, right?
Yeah.
They do support
That's good.
the farming community, right? And in a big way. And that I like to say thanks. So, and all who do purchase the local produce
Yes.
and help the farmers, I will say thank you. Currently at the agriculture marketing unit, there's a large amount of watermelons available. So anybody who looking watermelons, they have a large amount up there.
Okay, so at the agriculture unit.
Yeah, the marketing unit.
And for persons who might not be aware of the location, could you give us the location?
At the Department of Agriculture.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
So
Lagwood.
close by ZIZ,
Yeah,
close
Lagwood,
by,
most-
yes.
Most people should not be Lagwood.
Yes,
but
yes,
anyway,
yes.
I think so.
No
There's a large
problem.
amount of watermelons up there.
Okay, that's good to know.
So,
Especially in this hot environment, you really want to cool down.
yeah, watermelon.
Yes.
That is a nutritious thing. So
Yes.
I encourage people to eat watermelon every day.
Yes. So, yes.
Good morning again. I am Esmond Henderson. And as you say, we're just giving some brief remarks and reports this morning and those who are assisting the consortium in carrying out its mandate. But as you were speaking, Troy, as you say, that concerning the Chinese, and that there are some not so favorable things that are spoken of them. One of the things I want to encourage us as well is to cease from being overly critical of people who are leading you. And the Chinese has been leaders in the supermarket arena. And once you become overly critical of anybody, it simply means you can't learn from them. And I think it's time for us to begin to learn. Look at their ethics. Look at how they carry out their business. Teach your children to look at people who are progressive. We don't want to take on the colonial mentality of hating those who they want us to hate. The Chinese are leaders in business. They're some of the best business people on the planet. And when we look at them from an agrarian society to the second largest or the first largest economy in the world based on what measurement you're using, it is time for us to begin to write down what we're seeing, write down their practices. If they are bulk buying, let us encourage our people, those small shops, those small hair salons, let us encourage them to look at what they're doing and do that as well, because we're not going to come out of what we're in and where we are by just being critical of telling them they're eating dogs and they're eating. We have to begin to learn from these people, and that's just my message. As he was saying, some not so favorable things are spoken of them. Look at their patience, even in the face of our rude behavior to them. Look at their patience.
Yeah.
And when you're finished, all they're concerned about is the machine that is peeping you out, and they give you your price, and you leave.
You know, you make that mention of that because one time I was at one of the Chinese stores, and you know the comments made, you know, the way in which they speak. The person spoke to the person, and I was like, if that was a Kittian on the other end, trust me, you would not just one spoken like that to them. Two, had you spoken to them, you'll get some words in return. You understand?
Right. And these people are so patient, right? And that's business, because business is not about friendship. It's about transactions.
Yes.
And once the transaction is made, and the $30 or the $40 is passed to them, and the goods or service is passed to you, that is what they're concerned about. Can we imitate that as a people? Can we imitate that as a people? And that's what we're asking for.
That's valid. And the way you brought the program this morning is a very way of, you know, it's an important point to make, because oftentimes there's the competition, there's the pulling down, saying, you know, these persons, that persons. But what are we doing as individuals to emulate, to come together? You find that within our society, and, you know, persons like you and I, our complexion, you find that there's a lot of division, tugging, fight down.
Just say it, like the locals would say, fight down.
Especially when we look at, you know, Kittitians, let's bring it home nationally, Kittitians, there's a lot of division. That person, you're bringing in personal things into business, and it's not necessary, you know. We need to uplift each other, come together and support each other.
Because I always wonder, how come you could open a shop and I don't support your shop, but the people of that ethnicity opens a shop and that's where everybody goes?
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, but this morning, as you said, we're just giving some highlights. I want to again say thank you to the man here for his work. And if I tell you this morning that what Flanders does for the Consortium is such a mammoth task, because in our type of system, our type of democracy, if you're not talked about, you're not relevant. If you're not relevant, you get lost. And that's just the way it is. You know, you just get lost in the bag. And while we may not yet be relevant, we're seeking to be relevant in the conversation that have been had above us. Yeah. So again, and I know sometimes it takes so much effort to leave, you know, a failing operation to come here to do advocacy work on behalf of people who sometimes are not even grateful for what you're doing on their behalf, and sometimes they don't even know.
But you know what I've found, Mr. Henderson, as you make that point, there are so many people who are silent but looking in admiration. You understand? And you have persons who might be vocal and they might be saying, you know, what they're doing on the program, what they're doing this, they're fighting on this. But when you look at, if you really were to do a poll, a scientific poll, I am almost certain that you'll have more support than not. Because there are so many silent supporters.
Democracy deal with the loudest voice, you know what I mean? That's how democracy works, you know what I mean? The loudest voice is
but
who will
one
win
loud voice can't outshadow 10 opinions. You understand?
Yeah, so
positive opinions. But I get what you're saying. When the voice is loud, then it shows it has the perception or the misperception.
Right.
You know, yes.
So in the same vein, I want to touch on a lady who is a part of us, Antoinette French, who is the consortium secretary, and that lady goes out of her way, to really capture the essence of what we're saying in the room and to bring it back to us, especially when there are disagreements and people tend to want to forget what was said, and you're able to bring back what was said. It sometimes calms the room and brings, the confidence, the energy for us to continue to thrive. So, I mean, that, and anywhere we call a meeting, Antoinette is there. Is in any back room, all male figures most of the time with one other person,
that's wonderful.
One other lady. And so I am really, really grateful. And all this work she's doing for us is voluntary work. No charge, no pay. So I want to say thank you to Antoinette for the work that she's been doing for us, and we are very grateful.
Wonderful.
Last week or week before, we had Edison and Kyle Flanders here for us again, who I believe did a tremendous job of highlighting some of the work that the consortium is doing behind the scenes. Kyle in particular has become like a stalwart to the consortium. His expertise, his understanding in what he does is like so huge for us, because and some of the things I'm talking about might be small to some other group or people, but coming from a farming background where we have never organized to this level, and you have persons who come in and giving you their time voluntarily, professionals, and you see it, when the work is put in, you see the benefit and the growth in the consortium. Those are things that are huge for me, and so I want to say thank you to Kyle and Edison, who was here, who, still putting in the work on behalf of the consortium. And Kyle, I know, has been going through some struggles simply because he attaches himself to the consortium. And for that, I think one of the main reasons he was told that he would not be able to function in the ministry any further, and then was transferred. And that's a sad case, because it simply means that the community would be at great loss for such a person.
Wait, I don't think I got that correctly. I know Mr. Flanders was here on the program more than one occasion, speaking as a member of the consortium. He's a member of the consortium,
right,
correct?
Right.
He was, he's a worker within the government.
Right.
So you're saying there was an issue with him being here as a member of the consortium?
There was, and he was told point blank that because, and I wasn't there when he was told.
Yes.
But in a forum, in a setting with those who told him that he'll no longer be able to function in the ministry simply because he became a member of the consortium and did a radio program. He reiterated that in the room, and there was no objection to what he was saying, other than one of the persons says, well, take it to human resources. So that was the answer that he was given. Take it, but that's something that we really want to dwell on, and the government is in its right to do certain things based on our own, based on what we allow over the years.
At the end of the day, I remember and I recall Mr. Flanders being here, so maybe a couple. The first time was, I think, sometime last year. And what he spoke about was basically something very general, something not controversial, something very... I can't... To think that his presence on a program that he just spoke about agriculture and the department, and we had Mr. Flanders here recently,
right,
and his input has been tremendous. It has not been anything controversial, anything defamatory to the department or ministry. It has been engaging, it has been informative. And to say just because someone is a part of an association, a part of a group, that they have to be quote unquote punished for that, I think it is unheard of. It should be unheard of, and I think it is.
But
is
that's
unreasonable.
democracy in our country.
Democracy.
And the good thing about it is
democracy is defined differently then.
well, that's in our country. The thing about it is, sometimes if you want to know whether you're on the right track or not, you have to be able to gauge yourself, because once once there's a party that is vying for the Church Street, you know, you're cheered on. Once the party get in power, then you're criticized by the party and cheered on by those who are out. Those who are criticizing you while they were in, now turn and start to cheer you on. So you recognize how the people are just being used consistently. Now, those who are out want to make their way in, so they're asking you to voice your opinion. This is democracy. But once you get into power, then you're too critical, and you should be punished for being critical of the government. So I'm just saying, that is democracy. That is how democracy works.
Well, I hope that changes, and I hope it changes shortly.
You can't just hope. You can't just hope for things to change. As a new generation, we have to mandate change.
We have to be the change, and I hope, going forward, we in this room would implement that change somehow.
We have to mandate change. We can't be the same generation.
As we speak about change, in a program earlier, I had indicated that the Consortium was thinking about going down the road of fruit trees, right, to plant orchard. So far, we engage international organization, and they have made a commitment to help us along the way to purchase some trees.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. In the not too distant future, members of the organization will be here to speak on behalf of themselves and the work that they are doing. Right? But I would just like to highlight that we have approached them, and they have given us a nod that they could facilitate.
Right.
So,
and these plans are going the consortium. We're going to have a general meeting shortly, and I think it would be a couple hundred avocado trees, which we want to do in like orchard styles.
Yes.
We don't want to have them planted individually across the island. We want to be able to, when you're in need of avocados, you'll be able to call one or two persons and purchase avocados.
Yeah.
Like that. So hopefully again in the near future, we'll be able to announce to you that we start receiving these plans.
Yes.
And that we are making real progress. Another area of highlight was one of our leading member, Bryden Booty, is a part of the Development Bank board. And in the past 2 weeks, I think 2 weeks ago, we were invited to a symposium held by the Development Bank at the credit union facility in the village area. And I would like to say thank you to the Development Bank for inviting the consortium. Our president made a presentation there, which I think was well received. And one of the things that stood out to me there was that the presentation that came from young business owners is that there's no more appetite here just to consume. We want to manufacture. We want to be a part of the process of making and using the things that we can make. There was a young young guy who make winery, and a lady who was into baking, wanted to establish our own bakery for pastries and things like that.
Yes.
And what stood out to me was that development bank, the youth again is saying, we want to assist each other. There was a time when development bank, had the top-down approach where you had to go in and beg for a loan as if you were immigrant or something. I got the feeling that development bank is now saying we want to partner with our local business. It's a conversation. It has started. There's a lot of work to be done. But the fact that the consortium was there, we think that we would like to see that work continue. One of the things that we would like to see is a separation in the bank specifically for farmers. Because our loan packages are so completely different to the everyday business loans. We start making money like 6, 7, in some cases 3 or 4 years after you would have borrowed. And so if you're depending on capital coming from a business to repay your commitments, and you start making money from that business in a year or 6 months, then it's almost impossible. Another thing that the first speaker raised was that there is no room for development in borrowing. And development simply means that you might fail at some point. But if you borrow $500,000 and there needs to be some adjustment to your idea and it is not ready to be put in motion, where and who will give you more money to continue your idea? It simply means if you're not refinanced, you're bankrupt and you're left with a business that can't work on its own in the state that it is in with no further funding. And that's the state that I regrettably want to tell you that Flanders has found himself in with his tractor service, bought the tractor with high hopes, good intention. Parts are where the competition put the business in such a position that is so difficult now to recover. And so that stood out to me. Knowing his situation, that really stood out to me, that the bank as a development bank, there needs to be some facilities that could enable businesses that weren't able to, on the first jump, get the go-ahead to recover and start to move again. So I say again, thank you for the opportunity, for inviting the consortium, and we hope to further the discussion later.
Yes, and you talk about the bank and giving opportunity to farmers, a special category being established so farmers, because of their unique situations, could be given some sort of opportunity. And I think, as you said, my mind flashed to Development Bank. Is there not presently something in there for farmers in terms of assistance?
I think I don't want to say.
Yes.
I think it combined as small business.
Right.
Ain't nothing separate agriculture from a small business.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I think I hear the minister banking and agriculture, farmers, you think of it, you think as a small business. Though it may appear as a small business, right, as man say, we have so much challenges.
Yes.
You could start to list them out and you ain't got enough finger and toes to count the challenges that the agriculture sector faces.
So basically you're saying 2 words that response for the minister, that you can't paint everybody by the same brush.
By the same brush. Like, I mean, to be honest, if you're going to talk about monkeys and feral animals, you're going to talk about the climate, you're going to talk about petty theft and larceny and so. You will talk about fire and so on. And then to add it all up, you still have to fight against the ministry.
Yes.
Because the ministry is one of the, to me right now, is one of the biggest obstacles in the growth of the farming sector.
Yes.
I mean, while we're here and we just waiting it out, and they keep fumbling the ball. right? While we keep bleeding.
Right.
But then, as you say, I mean, this is why you have conversation. This is why you have dialogue. This is why you have a minister. Do you have a representative? A representative isn't just for the constituency. You have the ministry that is supposed to lend support, lend ideas, consultation. You are farmers. You guys come here with ideas. And at the end of the day, it's to make everybody feel comfortable, everyone working together as a team, you know.
I just think they should allow people to put their money where their mouth is, allow them to succeed, and then if they don't succeed, then they have all right to say, well, we can't work with you.
Yeah.
You guys want to take a call? It's 9:27. Call up right ahead.
Yes, good morning. I'm glad I finally get you. I heard the next person here will try mention that the Chinese are the important. But we here as farmers, we bulk into, you know, because we bulking with energies together. We organizing, we uniting as one. As Mr. Flanders just said, the ministry is trying everything. Because, look, for example, right, and I will never stop saying, you know, since December of last year, the first half of the year coming to a close, and I can't plant nothing at all on my farm. I got drip, my land defense, I invest in drip lines and everything. Mr. Miguel Fleming was up on my farm. I ain't going into that. I'm going to the president right now. All we can put some pressure on them is like they're running from coming to come start out this problem. A farmer, hello? A farmer deputy prime minister get alleged in it, right? He then went and laid with, say, Mr. Miguel Fleming. Mr. Miguel Fleming went and laid with a director of agriculture to come start out the problem. When I get to understand what's going on, I went and I laid with a farmer manager of SSMC, and that said individual used to be up in the same area where my farm is. And all because I introduced that said individual, they just withdraw. Until now, they can't make the call to the farmer director, agriculture, to start out my problem. We combine in, but they said, how is it only these same, said 2 men got whole round table discussion about agriculture, and the farmers are being excluded. These same said 2 men, they got agriculture farm, they harvesting, they're making big money, way more than the monthly salary. But they, the man must up, you hear me?
Thank you.
You got to get serious with this thing.
Thank you, Mr. Tweed.
Thank you for your contribution. We have about a minute left on the program.
You see, as Mr. Tweed speak there, right, something just come back to me. Because from the time you start to weigh certain things and make people aware of certain things, the ministry spend more energy trying to keep your voice down than to solve the problem. Right? I mean, we come here for over a year, and all the issues that we face, that we come here and speak about, nothing has been done.
But we're going to have to take responsibility too, you know, at some point. I mean, we've been patient, and we keep saying we've been patient, but democracy only responds to turmoil sometimes, right? You see it across the world. You're either relevant or you're irrelevant, and sometimes you have to make yourself relevant. If the people who are tasked with helping you and making sure that you're all right shows you that they're not going to do it, then complaining about it all the time is not going to be the best solution. And I know we're putting in the work outside of the governing system and all of that. We are putting in the work because, like we said, with the avocado orchard, one of the things the consortium is very keen about is to leave something here that we did not meet when we came. And those coconut trees, those breadfruit trees that you're seeing across the island, most of us, if not all of us, met them when we came. And if the planters were overly concerned and negligent, we wouldn't have had them. And so the fact that they're here means somebody have to replant something with longevity. I know there's a solid push at the moment to replant the coconut palms, and so the consortium has taken a kind of backseat with the coconut palm, because everywhere you go, people are interested in planting coconut palms. The two other main staples in this country that we would like to see is the breadfruit and the avocado trees. And so we have somewhat in a tentative way captured the avocado idea, in, as Flanders was saying in short. Now we are going to go after the breadfruit program to see how best we could have that accomplished.
And here, looking at the social media page, and I see Glenda Nisbet, who is a profile. I don't think that is the I want to say, I don't think that the author, the name, you usually call fake profiles. You understand?
What was I saying?
Glenda is saying that Kyle Flanders attacked his boss in social media. That is the issue. You are coming here with all these lies.
Oh, that's an issue. Okay.
But I cannot recall. Honestly, I cannot recall.
No. But that's okay. If that's the issue, that's okay.
But deal with that.
I cannot recall, because I was here. I cannot recall. And if Glenda Nisbet or whoever is behind that page has information, could share the information that Mr. Flanders came on this program and attacked his boss, because I cannot recall in any of his presentations that I sat here.
What did he attack him with? A gun? A knife?
I don't know.
Broke into his car or something?
But you look at it. You look at it, right? You see some negative press about the Ministry of Health, right?
Mm-hmm.
Today, wasn't there some shuffling?
Mm.
Is the PS that start off with this administration still there?
No.
Okay.
Based on my knowledge, there's
you had some issues in national security. Right? Is that PS still there?
Mm.
So we're having issues after issues in agriculture. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But it shows you that they ain't really paying the attention to us. Because the PS is in the is dead center. Right? With the issues.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still there.
Mm-hmm. So, and this is...
Me not got to study with Glenda Nisbet, because Glenda Nisbet doing their job of distraction.
Right.
But that's all it is, distraction. The facts are the facts.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to ask Glenda Nisbet to come next week when we are here and update us on the status of the 25 by 25.
Mm-hmm.
And update the nation on the status of the greenhouse village.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the status of the Barefoot Farm project.
So Glenda Nisbet,
they highlight those things to the public.
Mr. Flanders has given you a task.
Yeah.
Next week on Farm Report to update.
Before we close, though, we'd like to also highlight the Farm and Feed Store, who's been a continued sponsor of ours. It's in our review to go and see her and have a conversation to see how best our members could benefit from the service that is offered there. And so very shortly, we hope that I think the president had some conversation with her some time ago, but we are going to solidify with her, how she could, how the consortium could benefit from the service she provides, so that we don't have to duplicate those same service and bring unwanted costs to the consortium. So we want to say thank you for sponsoring the program, and we really appreciate it.
Wonderful. So, guys, we have Flomax.
Yeah. And on that note, we'll get a word from Feed and Farm, sponsors of Farm Report.
Mm-hmm. For all your animal needs, try the Feed and Farm Store SKN. We have the best quality products in feed, dewormers, grooming supplies, toys, treats, and minor medical supplies. Drop by the store on the Kim Collins Highway at the airport roundabout. We're open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Give us a call at 669-FARM. For all your animal needs, try the Feed and Farm Store SKN. We have the best quality products in feed, dewormers, grooming supplies, toys, treats, and minor medical supplies. Drop by the store on the Kim Collins Highway at the airport roundabout. We're open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Give us a call at 669-FARM.
Well, that was Farm Report brought to you by Feed and Farm. And we should be joined by Flora any minute now. In the meantime, there's some SKMF flavor. St. Kitts Music Festival. It's Adam O and Papo. Vacation. Brand new track. And we are back. It's 9:38, and I was just saying that's the music of Adam O. By the way, Adam O is actually he actually is managed by a Kittian,
Yes.
DJ Kevy Kev.
Yes.
And he sings with Adam O. He's the lead singer for a BVI band.
You're playing that music, right, Jamster?
Uh-huh.
And all I'm thinking to myself is, you know, we have summer in here and we have our drinks and everything like this, you know what I mean? we could pull up our drinks.
No drinks in there at all.
And fake drinks, pretend drinks.
No
So
drinks.
we got with cups Kortensia.
Yeah, we do.
You ain't got yours.
I thought about it, right? And I was like, boy, maybe I need some of those for real.
But you know, when I say drinks, it doesn't have to be alcoholic. You know?
Exactly.
You could have a cold glass of water.
Or coconut water.
Or coconut water. We're here on the beach. In here, you see the scenery in here. The only thing I like to say is missing is the swimwear.
Yes, that's all.
Yes.
Because we got the beach balls, we got the sand, we got the shells, we got everything. It's really summer.
Yes.
But I don't have my hat though. So Jamsa, you were saying earlier there was something about carnival since we were in the old music vibe and feel while we wait.
They basically had the launch much earlier than normal, which is good because we tend to be very late with stuff in St. Kitts Nevis, especially over the years. We've traditionally always been very late with everything to do with carnival and so on. So it's good to see they moved the launch up. So they basically launched Sugar Mass 53. Well, yesterday I think it was. And the article here is on loop. Speaking at the press briefing on Monday, Samal Duggins, the minister responsible for Carnival, expressed that this year's festivities will surpass all expectations. And yes, and he also highlighted a groundbreaking partnership between the Ministry of Sports, Creative Economy and National Carnival with Sussex County Cricket. So I'm assuming that means that there's probably going to be some kind of maybe cricket during Carnival or something during the period. I imagine that team is probably going to take the opportunity to come down here during the winter and play some cricket, and so sort of like what they do in Culturama. They have the St. Kitts Nevis match as part of the Culturama activities.
Yeah, I see Culturama too look like they had something.
So yes. So we're talking about the carnival, we're talking about the Culturama. I do recall though at one point in time, I think maybe in years past, that there was the early start of the carnival, because I remember at one point in time they had launched the contestants very early. But it's good to have early starts, and I see we have some celebrities here in the house, and they're in their black, and they're here with the St. Kitts Music Festival, and we're keeping it very in a festive mood. We have the music already behind us, and we have the representatives from the St. Kitts Music Festival. I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves, and I'm sure that persons are ready. Because, when these persons come in here, it's some giveaway that happens. So it's some opportunity for you to win more with, and be a part of the St. Kitts Music Festival. And St. Kitts Music Festival, June 27th to 29th, 2024. And guys, introduce yourselves. We are happy to have you here this morning.
Good morning to your listeners.
Yes.
I'm Travis Huggins, most would know me as Chavidan. First, I want to thank you for allowing us the opportunity to be here on your show to talk about the music festival, which is happening next week. It's a lot of things happening. We come to give some tickets also.
Wow, the tickets. You hear that, people? You hear that? The tickets, the tickets, the tickets.
Yes, so we're going to talk about a few fringe events we have upcoming. And let me talk about the Jube first. Because Saturday morning we have a Jube that you will see the Sugar Band on the road, the Sugar Band International, New Vibes. And we're going to start at the fisheries. We're going to come down. That's 6 o'clock in the morning.
That's something new.
Yes.
Yes, the first ever St. Kitts Music Festival.
St. Kitts people love Juve.
Yes.
Love a jam. We love music. Anything music.
Almost every month, they need a Juve. And we're going to have the big bad Sugar Band on the road.
Yes.
So we're expecting a big crowd to come out. We also want to big up the sponsors. The sponsors are very important. I will let Janelle go through the list of the platinum sponsors and all of the sponsors. We also want to talk about
So again, you talk about the Juve, and that's something that's new. So we have the Juve, and those persons, Kittitians, Divisions, they love music. They love music.
They love Juve. The sun is hot, but they don't mind.
Yes, that's the only time you don't remember the sun is hot.
No, they don't mind.
Yes.
So we're expecting a good Juve. We have security will be tight. We're expecting everybody to come and enjoy themselves.
Yes.
And, we're looking forward for the music festival. This is to hype it up and bring in the people. Those who have come in from overseas, I know we have a lot of packed flights. We're asking them to come out and enjoy the Juve morning. So I'll turn it over to Chasey.
Okay, so let me mention the sponsors. We have a lot of sponsors, and of course, without the sponsors, nothing is possible.
Yes.
So for our platinum sponsors, our platinum partners, we have St. Kitts Tourism Authority, St. Kitts Marriott Resort, Tropical Shipping, the official carrier of the festival, Carry Brewery, the official beer of the festival, Skelleck, St. Kitts and Nevis Anguilla National Bank, the official bank of the festival. We also have our gold partners, St. Christopher Air and Seaports Authority, the Cable, Azul Printers, and Flow. Our silver partner, SL Hosford. Bronze partners, Island Auto Supply, Quartz Ready Cash, Bullseye Auto Rentals, Solid Waste Management Corporation, ZIZ Broadcasting Company, TDC, South Beach Marketing, Sol, Palm Branch Media, Festival Donors, St. Kitts Nevis Lottery, Poinciana Restaurant, Reggae Beach, Domino's, CNC, Barry's, Shiggity Shack, KFC, Palms Court Garden and Restaurant, Spice Mill, Amory Enterprises, Social Security Board, Island Flavors, Jamrock, Sparrow Foods, Nelson Spring Bottling Company, Win FM, of course, Von Radio, Boozies, ODB, Royal St. Kitts, Sugar City FM. And that's our sponsors. It's a huge list, and we're happy that we have so many sponsors on board this year.
And I hope your listeners was listening, because one of the giveaways will be asking the same question about the sponsors. So.
Yes, I hope they're paying attention.
We just don't want to big up the sponsor. We want to big up the whole music festival team, from the hard-working minister, that's Honorable Marsha Henderson, the PS, and the whole team. There's a lot going on into the putting up the stage, the artist selection, and all of that. Is a whole team. Without them, it's not possible. The chairman and all of them, we want to big them up.
Okay, so we have Travis Dunn bigging up the St. Kitts Music Festival committee, the team, the minister,
Yes, it's
traveling.
a hard-working
Yes.
team.
If someone
And
else
it's-
wanted to sponsor now, can they do so?
Yes, of course. We
Okay.
welcome anyone, anytime.
So they say that. So if you out there and you want to sponsor the St. Kitts Music Festival, it's not too late. It's not too late.
We welcome everybody.
Yes.
Yes.
So we have giveaways, right? And we have. I see he gave you a new name this morning, Janelle. He gave you JC.
Tracy.
Oh, Tracy.
Because
Tracy. You
remember,
said,
it's
oh,
Janelle Tracy
yeah,
Mason. Some
yeah.
call me Janelle, some
Oh,
call
so
me
it's,
Tracy.
oh, it's Tracy. I thought I
Tracy.
heard JC.
No.
I
Probably
thought that was a new
JC
name.
on your mind, but not me.
So Tracy. Yes. So tell us, we got persons out there listening, persons want to know how they could win a ticket. You understand? Tell them how they could win it.
Okay, so I want you guys to name me some of the sponsors. I need all the platinum sponsors, all the gold sponsors, all the silver sponsor, and the bronze partners.
Nothing
If
too
someone
hard.
could call me.
Today, I'm happy I'm not buying for anything.
If someone could call it, I mean, these things are published everywhere, so
Yes.
it's not information that is hard to get. So
Yes.
let's go. Let's see who is our lucky winner this morning.
Win yourself a ticket.
All the sponsors.
And before we have a call, I just want to list out the few fringe events that we have. On this Friday, we're going at Old Road. That's on the main street. And there we're going to have two folks from the Smarlax band. That's
Russ
Kelly
and Jasper.
We
At
also going to
Lovers
have
Bar.
Ketty Dan. We're going to have EK, the real right.
A new wave
And
song.
New Wave. And it's going to be hosted by Pino. On Saturday, as you know, the Jube, we're going to have the Jube. Sunday coming, we're going to have the Praise Fest. And that's by Antioch Baptist. They have a whole set of artists coming in, and it's going to be a real, real good event. On the 25th, that's June the 25th, next week, Tuesday, we're going to have an acoustic lunch
as
hour.
well. Monday,
yeah.
Tuesday, and Wednesday. 3 acoustics lunch.
Yeah, we have 3 acoustic
I
coming.
think one is on the beach on Monday night,
Mhm.
and then one will be at Nourish Bar and the food court at Buckley's.
So, guys, these are some opportunities. This St. Kitts Music Festival being on the road. They say that,
Yes.
road in Old Road.
Yes.
On
Lovers Bar on
Bar.
Friday.
Yes.
And on Sunday, the Praise Fest. On Monday at 7 p.m., we have the Dockside Acoustics. And as well as on Tuesday at Nourish Bar over here at Port Zante. And then on Wednesday at the Buckley's Food Court. The lunch hour begins at 12 to 2 p.m. And the one at the Dockside on Frigate Bay at 7 p.m. on Monday evening.
So the information is out there and your participation is encouraged.
Yes.
We also have, during the week of next week, which is the countdown, the Agri Night Market Escape, another festival junction on 4th Street at 3 p.m., and the St. Kitts Music Festival Food Fair, and another festival junction. That will be at Sugar Apple Marketplace. So when you wake up Saturday morning, groggy, you don't know what to eat, you just come on out, come to the food fair. We start at 11 and we cut off at 5 so persons can, have a time there to go home and get ready, back out again for 7 o'clock. Then we also have here the Jam Rock Jerk Festival on the 29th, which is a Saturday, and with the last event, which is the White Sands Madagascar, and anchored on Sunday, June 30th.
Yes.
So, a packed lineup, it seems, based on activities that you guys have, the fringe events, and, it's the opportunity for you guys to participate. We have here members of the St. Kitts Music Festival Committee, and they're here and they're speaking. They're here in their black shirts. They have their logo on, they are...
Azard, I think the question Tracy put out is killing people.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me
Let's
make
get
it
them
a
an
bit
easier
easier.
Yeah.
let me they have to, we have to big up the sponsors, but I'm gonna just let you give me the platinum partners, platinum partners alone instead of the gold and silver. Just
No,
give me
I
the...
think you should give them the gold. The last time you allowed them to do the platinum.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can give them the gold.
Can you
or
just
the
give me
silver.
the gold partners for the St. Kitts Music Festival?
Gold partners, guys.
Anyone?
But you would think somebody could go do a quick research and find it on Google or something,
That's one of the easiest.
The way my brain
Nobody's
works.
calling. Come on, folks. Don't you want to go to the music festival? It's in its 26th
It's an
edition, as we
opportunity
learned
to
the
win a
last time.
free
Yeah.
ticket.
You don't have to buy anything but your clothes and everything else. They save you that ticket money.
Yes.
So, okay. So we have artists from the.
Okay, we have a call.
Oh, we have a caller. Okay.
See, so
Island TV, we're on here. Go ahead. Go right ahead.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, you're live.
Hello? Azul and hello?
Yes,
Yes,
you're
we're
live.
Go ahead,
yeah.
we're hearing you.
Hello? Azul and Marriott?
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
I'm sorry, caller. Try again. You're incorrect.
Not Tracy doing the "is that your final answer" thing.
Because I want to give them a second chance to make sure that they're,
Yes.
Google it, folks. Google.
Okay.
So
Looks like we have another one. Let's go.
we're
Caller,
keeping
go right ahead.
The phone's rolling.
Caller, go right ahead.
Hello, is it Flo in the cable?
Okay, let me give you a clue. We have 5 gold partners. So it's not just Flow and the cable. We have 5.
So you want all 5 of them?
Yes.
Wow, that's like buying the ticket. Nice.
Well,
See, I begged for you folks. She brought it down a little because she was
yes,
asking for
because
all
I was
3.
asking for all 3. These
so
are
come
announced
on.
every single day, every single
session that is
music festival
Yeah.
session.
Back to the phone. Island TV, you're on here. Go right ahead.
Gonna make a try.
Sure.
Sure you may.
Is it Flow? The cable? I think it's Nevis Angola National Bank. Galec.
Okay, let me call
Did
it.
you tell?
Caller, 1 second. Let me stop you. I didn't say platinum partners. I said
Oh,
gold
the gold.
partners. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So you could try again.
All right,
And
I'll call.
No
Before we have
problem.
an next call, I just want to also big up the Nevis artists. We have, I think this year is the first we have so many Nevis artists on the music festival. We also want to ask a question for the Nevis listeners. It could be St. Kitts listeners too, but we can't just come here and talk about St. Kitts without Nevis. It's the St. Kitts and Nevis Music Festival. So we are going to ask, what year did Ultrasonics perform on the music festival? We're looking at the first performance from Ultrasonics band. Not too hard, not a hard question.
So the other question is out the door, or is it still?
It's still
Still open.
It's more than one ticket we give
Okay,
it away
no
today.
problem.
So back to the phone lines. Okay. Hopefully someone was called. We just had 2 calls and
Googling
someone
like
dropped out. But in the meantime, iTabulous, brand new track.
I know you like what some girls can't do it like you, but still let me hate on you.
Caller, go right ahead.
Hello?
Hello.
Flo, Azul and Spice Mill?
No. Caller, is that your final answer?
Yes.
No, you're incorrect. We have 5. She didn't even wait.
But you can still speak.
she
We
was
have
saying-
5, folks. We have 5 gold partners. Not 3, not 2, not 1. 5. So if you could give me the 5 of them.
Just come for your ticket.
Caller, go right ahead.
But first, you have to give us the 5 gold sponsors,
Yes.
please and thank you.
Give it a shot, caller. Go right ahead. Hello, caller. Hello. Okay. Hello, caller. Can you hear us? I'm hearing them, but they don't seem to be hearing me. Caller, go right ahead. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this caller, but I'm hearing them, but hearing them rustling and I'm hearing them rustling and stuff, but maybe they can't
Well,
hear
caller,
us.
call back.
Yes.
We don't want you to lose the opportunity to win one of the tickets that are being offered today.
Your free ticket.
And back to the phones. Caller, go right ahead.
The Ultrasonic band 2008?
No caller, you're incorrect.
You just want the year, Travis,
Just the
or you
year.
want the
Easy,
date
just
and
give
the
them
day?
the-
Because
just
we
the
normally
year.
ask the date and the day.
Just the
Those
year.
things are out there. You could just easily Google it.
But I didn't find anything. Yeah.
Yes.
There's nothing there. I don't know, maybe I
Okay,
need to
just
go on
the
page,
year.
But yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
And we go back to the phone lines. Caller, go right ahead.
Hello.
Hey, go ahead.
Hi, good morning. The sponsors are The Cable, Azul, Flo, and Casper. Hello?
Oh my.
You guys got him?
The Cable.
She's correct.
Yes,
I
she's
said
correct.
5. It was a mistake. It's 4.
It's fine.
Okay. No.
So we could take her name. Get her name.
She's correct. She's correct.
Well, Jams
is gonna take her name
Yeah,
off
Jams
air?
is gonna do us the honors.
Okay,
of
caller,
it.
you're a lucky winner for this morning, and that's the question for the gold partners.
So it's 4.
Yes,
Thank you.
St. Christopher, Air and Seaports Authority, The Cable, Azul Partners, and Flow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So folks, listen, because she just might come back with the questions to name all. Please make a note.
Okay, did we have a caller for the question for Nevis?
Not as yet.
No, but okay, but we're almost out of time. We got 2 minutes until 10 o'clock.
Yes.
So,
So folks, the second question was, what year did the ultrasonic band from Nevis perform on the St. Kitts Music Festival? They're only asking you for the year, so this one's quite easy.
So we have 2 minutes. We're gonna allow you to ask us any question to wrap up also.
Okay, no problem. Let me ask you, what are you which artists are you looking forward to most?
Well, it's so much, right?
Yes.
It's so much. And for me, I think in Massacre.
Uh-huh.
I'm a Massacre fan. I mean, he was here a few times, but the new album and so forth that he bring out and all of that, I'm looking for a good performance from Massacre.
Okay.
I'm a Massacre fan as well. I mean, I love his song, the last one there, Brace Yourself, Brace on it. I would play that song from Leaving Bastia straight home, just rewind. I just love the sound of that.
okay,
And
guys,
I love Busy
we're almost out
Signal
of
as well.
time. Caller, go right ahead.
So for folks, I know you can
1996.
Someone.
You said 1996.
No?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
Oh boy, try
Sorry,
again.
caller, try again.
Yeah.
Was it in the 90s though?
No.
Okay.
So it's not in the 90s. You got a little hint.
Exactly.
We have 1 minute, so...
I helped you out. Other than online, what are the retail outlets that we can go and pick up tickets at?
Okay, for now it's just the St. Kitts Music Festival office and online.
Okay, I think we're gonna have to abandon
coming.
this because it's we have to be done by 10 o'clock. But
That's okay.
Okay, so it's 1 minute to 10 o'clock. Oh, by the way, we got Spin Cycle Power Hour coming up next, which means I'm gonna be breaking you off some of that St. Kitts Music Festival flavor for intensive 1 hour workout of great music, Massacre, and all that stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
So I'm still have this lady here. So I give you guys the last word.
Yes, so again, we just want to thank you all and we want to encourage everyone. The music festival is yours. We have thousands of people coming. They're going to fill the hotels. They're going to fill the street. And we want everybody to come out, to be safe, enjoy yourself at the St. Kitts Music Festival.
Okay, so guys, don't forget to get your tickets online at stkittsmusicfestival.com or at the tourism office there on Port Zante. Don't forget to join our fringe events on Friday, the Festival Junction right there in Old Road at Lovers Bar, and the Juve, the massive Juve, first ever. Come on out and have fun. This year is going to be a blast. All right, guys.
So we end on that note. Jamster, as we conclude, could you play us a track? Could you rhythm up the place?
I'm going to be doing that just now. So
yeah, so let's go through with a bang.
No. That's what I'll do. I got my commercials I gotta do. Then I'll reading up the place.
Oh, you're all about the serious talk this morning, aren't you?
No.
We can change up things a bit. This is a festive.
Yeah, this is a
festive
festival
time.
thing, man.
You know,
Yes.
change up things a bit.
Okay.
Don't be so structured all the
Okay.
time.
Me? Somebody telling me. Somebody telling me about being structured. Me?
Look who's all being all serious.
serious.
Look who's all being serious this morning.
Break the rules a bit. Break the rules a bit.
Rhythm up, Jam Star. Rhythm up.
Okay, well, here's Itablus's brand new track for 2024, Culturama, and of course he's part of the lineup for the St. Kitts Music Festival. This is the work. Spin Cycle is next.